Wait, is it recording? Okay, great. I see you. Yo, what's up? अभी मेरे पास notification आई है that it started recording. But welcome to episode
Or 12.
12. Okay, great.
Yeah.
We've made it in almost हमारे 14 होने वाले हैं, which is great. I think episode 13 is going to be really exciting for all of you guys.
Well, why is
13 and
14 so
14.
important, bro?
Uh,
Is this one of your number bullshit?
नहीं, this is not number.
अच्छा.
अच्छा, number bullshit का मतलब अब basically if you've mentioned it, नंबर बुलशिट मेरी ये है कि मैं ना अपने आप को बहलावा देने के लिए क्या करते हैं, एक दफ़ा आई डोंट नो ये 11-11 वाला जो बेसिकली कॉन्सेप्ट है ना, वो मैंने पढ़ लिया कहीं। फिर मुझे अपनी घड़ी में हर जगह 11-11 वो देखने शुरू हो गया। फिर वो आइडिया था कि आप कुछ भी मैनिफेस्ट कर सकते हो। आपको 11-11 देखा, आप अपने थॉट्स पॉजिटिव कर लें, सही है। तो हमजा को जब भी मैं कोई नंबर मेंशन करता हूँ ना, तो हमजा को लगता है कि मैं ये बात कर रहा
ये
हूँ।
तुम लोगों को पता नहीं है कितना दर्द
यूनिवर्स
खाता है.
सिंक्र इसको बेसिकली यूनिवर्स की क्या बोलते हैं, वो सिंक्रोनाइज हो रही हैं चीजें। तो इट्स लाइक अभी भी मैं असद की मोनोलॉग सुन रहा था, तो आई पॉज्ड इट रैंडमली, चीजें देखी, अभी खोला तो वो 4 पता, तो असद ये हमजा की हट गई कि भाई अली
तो
तुम
अगर हर नंबर स्पेशल है और टाइम जोन भी अलग है और पूरी दुनिया में अलग अलग टाइम होते हैं हर वक्त.
नहीं, it's about you. The notion is कि if you see it, that means the universe is
Bro, I'm currently looking out of my window and I see 4 Dundies that are straight. They look like 11-11. Shit, bro. Universe is fucking synchronized, bro. मेरे chakras align हो गए. मेरी तो
नहीं,
fucking mind blowing energy निकल रही है अभी. मतलब चूतिया. Anyway, okay, so आज नहीं, मतलब 6 दिन पहले कोई comment मिला था, which is for once, directed towards me. So I'm going to
for
answer
once
it.
a comment that is not a bot.
Okay, that too. Yeah, वो bots बहुत लंड खाते हैं, मगर thank you Zainul Abidin for your comment. Also, I have a cousin named Zainul Abidin, so it kind of freaks me out. I hope it's not you, because I don't want him to be interested in my life, because I don't give a fuck. But could Hamza explain could Hamza explain how life's like studying philosophy as a Pakistani? Answer that and keep it simple and be like, just because you're a Pakistani doesn't mean you have to study different things. It's the same for everybody. Is it restricted to academia if you study social sciences in Pakistan? Should you go to Habib? Fuck Habib. Or yeah, Ali's going to be like, yaar, वापस start करो. ये नहीं बोलना.
नहीं, it's fine. If you want to say fuck अभी fuck, हम like हम दोनों वहाँ नहीं पढ़ते, so I'm not.
No, it's not about पढ़ना भी, bro. मैं तुम लोगों को पूरी स्टोरी बताता हूँ शुरू से लेके. ये
अबे
मेरा
अच्छा,
पॉडकास्ट होगा.
हाँ,
अच्छा, मगर पहले मुझे सारा पूरा क्वेश्चन तो पढ़ने दो.
about Hamza's journey.
Is it even worth it getting such a degree if you don't plan on going for grad school? Okay, I'm going to start this and preface this by telling people that I do plan on going to grad school. I also plan on, eventually getting my PhD, hopefully within this decade. If everything goes right, abhi pandemic chal raha hai, nothing is going right. So I don't think
Anyways, हाँ बोलो.
Yeah, I don't think I'll even graduate from undergrad this decade because of Corona. But अगर हुआ, grad school जाने का full इरादा है, उसके बाद PhD भी करने का इरादा है. And as far as I'm concerned, if you're studying anything that's related to the social science or humanities, there is no point in studying it unless you go to grad school. Because you can have an undergrad education with it, like whether it's literature, whether it's philosophy, whether it's sociology, psychology, जो भी है. An undergraduate level of education is so basic and so foundational that if you don't actually bother specializing, I don't see what you can bring to any employer or any market or even yourself. So because at this point everybody has a master's, a master's as most people have bro, so many people. If you're a social science student or a humanities student,
yeah.
इसका सवाल सोशल साइंस का था ब्रो. मैं अकाउंटिंग की तो नहीं बात करूंगा, मुझे लन अकाउंटिंग पढ़ता हूँ ब्रो. मैं जो कैलकुलस पास नहीं कर रहा हूँ. अगर मेरे कोई भी आप लोगों में से किसी को भी अच्छी कैलकुलस आती है, मजेदार वाली कैलकुलस, यार मुझे डीएम करो प्लीज. ठीक है. मगर as far as social sciences go, I think going to grad school is very important to actually continue learning something. For me, I'm studying philosophy because I wanted to learn about the world. and I also started studying religion. Like before coming to Bilkent in Kent, I was studying philosophy and religious studies. And the reason I picked that over like all the other ones, which was like politics, philosophy and politics, and all of that stuff, was because to me, at least, religion is very important because I like how people, I like how it influences people and like makes people do stupid shit. But other than that, also religion has like a lot of like fundamental, I would say, sort of
Themes
influences on a
and ideas.
person. Yeah, no, like not even themes or ideas. Like religion influences everybody so differently, but also in the same way. For most people, either you oppose it or you agree with it. Most people in the middle ground just get shit over because you can't really be a religious for that matter. But
Irreligious.
yeah, I'm gonna call it
That's the first.
religious. Okay, like
That's
it's
the
like
first
it's
time
like
I've heard the
yeah, bro.
term.
I'm coining a term and hopefully it works out. I'm pretty sure I didn't coin it because I don't think I'm that smart. But it's like there's apolitical where you just don't give a fuck. It's the same thing. I'm not trying to say that people should be atheists. I'm not trying to say people should be Muslims, Christians, Jews, fucking any religion, Zoroastrian, whatever the fuck you want to be. Okay, I don't care what you do with your free time as long as it doesn't affect other people. And that is how I live my life. That is how Ali lives his life. Ali
Hmm.
actually does try to, give his 11-11 shit on people, but it's okay. It's fine. जब लोगों की
But
थोड़ी
देखो,
mental
okay,
capacity low
मैं
होती
नहीं
है,
बोलता,
they
I
have to
was
try
I
harder.
share it, but I don't say oh follow करो ये जो मेरे चीजें मेरे दिमाग में चल रही हैं. I'm very open to ideas about these sort of things. But
Yeah.
anyways, तुम बोलो.
Also, please peep at my Flexi Stanford shirt. Thank you, Mina Khan. Sponsored. Man, I wish, bro. Okay. Okay. So I'll answer each question now, like in depth. Okay. So studying philosophy with a Pakistani. So when I was in the UK, I was the only Pakistani studying
अच्छा मुझे
philosophy.
अच्छा okay wait let's rewind a little bit. ये
Okay. Now
तुम
we're gonna rewind.
MCQs नहीं कर रहे अभी मुझे पता है तुमने 3
MCQ नहीं
एग्जाम्स
होते,
दिए
bro. Yeah, bro. ये
हैं.
MCQs नहीं होते.
ये
The fact
तीन
that you
तीन
think this is an
एग्जाम्स दिए
MCQ,
हैं.
the fact that you
वो
think direct and to the point answers is an
ये
MCQ is the reason
अबे
you're fucking
अबे
studying
नहीं
art and the reason you fucked up your
अबे
CIs.
यार
Okay,
अबे
कराओ.
यार
माँ की
oh
कुस.
god.
चलो कराओ bro. मैं तुम्हारी गांड
I
मारूंगा.
I am saying कि तुम like don't say it out like a list. तो my question is क्योंकि हमने इसके बारे में I don't know अगर हमने properly बात की तुमने मुझे कभी properly बताया है. But I know पहले तुम लम्स जा रहे थे while we were in A levels,
We've
right?
spoken about that. Lums gave me an L. So
हाँ.
fuck Lums.
But what
It's okay.
was it like talking to your parents about like philosophy or religion? Like जब तुम UK में philosophy or religion तुम अपने first year at University of Kent जा रहे थे, right? So like what
Okay,
was
okay,
that
okay, okay. You want to
conversation
go
like?
all the way back? Chalo, theek hai. So
हाँ यार
when
वैसा
Lums, yeah,
context तो
okay,
है.
yeah, chalo, theek hai. So when Lums rejected me, I think it was the 27th of July or 28th of July. I remember it very clearly. Not the date, but like, whoa. And I tapped on the refresh button and it said admission denied. And I was like, ठीक है यार अब क्या करूँ मैंने और कहीं apply नहीं किया था क्योंकि मैं भी चूतिया हूँ. But to be honest, I didn't apply to other places as well because I didn't really want to go to uni. I wanted a break. I was kind of hoping मुझे break मिलती. Lums was always the easier option, continue your life. Just if you're in Pakistan, the way I was living my life, I would have just gone to Lums, come to Karachi every 3 weeks, lived my life, and just continued exactly the way it was, right? But yeah, I'm glad that didn't happen. But uske baad when I didn't get in, so then after that, a month after, during the gap year, my dad wanted to send me to uni in Jan. So we were talking about University of Chicago. We were applying to American places and stuff, and like University of Amsterdam and stuff. वहीं जाना चाहिए था. Amsterdam तो जाना चाहिए था. But anyway, तो
Maybe US नहीं आप pandemic में वहाँ फंसे होते तो और आप
no. University
चलो
of Amsterdam in the Netherlands, bro. What you talking
अच्छा
about?
नहीं मैं US की बात कर रहा हूँ. I
Fuck
know
America,
Amsterdam.
bro. America, do you know how fucking expensive America is? I'm gonna speak for
Yeah.
this entire country of Pakistan. The people who even get scholarships that amount to anything less than 95%. It is too
हाँ.
expensive.
Yeah
It's
it is.
like, bro, अगर तुम्हें मेरे से 2 करोड़ रुपए लेने मेरे एजुकेशन के लिए, तुम मुझे 2 करोड़ रुपए कैश दो, मैं जाऊंगा, मैं रह जाऊंगा. I'll die with those 2 करोड़ रुपए. I don't need the education.
हाँ.
Okay, that's me. Okay, but like, anyways, so then I applied and shit, and then I took a gap year. Everything happened. Then it was coming time to apply to the UK, which is where my first preference was because I also had a friend in the UK who told me it was really good. Shout out Agdas, and and she was just like, it's a good experience. It's a welcoming place and all of that shit. So I was like, okay. I mean, compared to American racism, doesn't seem so bad.
Yeah.
So I applied, and it was time to apply. So I was thinking about the courses I want to take. So if I open up my UCAS right now, I can probably show you guys. Let me see if I can open it up, bro. Oof, this is throwback to 2.5 years ago, but I applied to, I think, 5 places like you naturally do. Um, Most of them were mm, for politics and international relations and stuff, actually. And I think only two places I applied for. Okay, I can't even access my UCAS site. Okay, anyway, so fuck it. Applied to Warwick, I applied to Leeds, Reading, Kent, and Stirling. Yeah. So there was like one in Scotland, and the other is just everywhere. So I didn't want to apply to Central London because I only wanted to apply to campuses that were basically like standalone kind of town
Yeah.
campus places. I don't like the city life very much, so that's good. But other than that, when I was applying to places and stuff, so I had applied mainly for politics and international relations, which is the easiest thing to explain to your parents if you're a social science student. Because they
Hmm.
think, oh, politics, oh, IMF, oh, पता नहीं, global
Money.
disaster force, United Nations. नहीं, ये जिंदगी नहीं होएगी, bro. If you study pol sci, you're going to graduate with the rest of the fucking 6 billion people who think that they're going to change the world. And maybe, I hope you do change the world. But odds are, bro, people around you aren't going to change the world for shit. But उसके अलावा then I had applied to, I think it was only Kent. Kent was the only place that I had applied to for philosophy and religion. And
Was there a reason या फिर ऐसे ही मतलब just
yeah, देखो,
look nice?
because the thing was the plan was never to go to Kent.
Oh,
The
okay.
plan,
सही है.
yeah, because the plan was always like, because obviously, like, just hierarchically, Warwick was on the top, right? So I was like, I'll just go to Warwick. I'll do my pol sci there, graduate like another brown kid, same life, good stuff. But then, yeah, उस वक्त gap year भी
Were
चल
you
रहा था.
were you
Hmm?
thinking about like future career
Yeah, yeah,
specifically,
yeah. No, no. Okay, so I don't
like
think about the
work wise?
career specifically. I just think about, the kind of lifestyle I want to live and what tax bracket I want to be in and which course would get me into that tax bracket. Right? Which is a very shitty way of looking at it and it doesn't work. Which is what I'm going to tell you people from my perspective, which is only towards those who study humanities and social sciences, not towards
Hmm.
those that study MBG, physics, and all that crazy shit. Good luck to you, and I hope you don't kill yourself. But anyway, so I had applied to Kent and basically वहाँ मेरे philosophy और religion के लिए apply किया था. I had gotten Kent was the last place to take me, by the way, so that was the anxiety. मुझे Warwick ने सबसे पहले लिया, तो मतलब मेरे बाप को मैंने बताया, अम्मी को बताया, सब खुश, मेरा बेटा यहाँ जाएगा, सबको बताने, life is chilling, life is good. फिर आया टाइम, उन लोग सब समझ में, पॉल साइ इंटरनेशनल रिलेशंस कर रहा हूँ, पूरी खानदान मेरे साथ बैठ रही है, कह रहे ओफ माशाल्लाह माशाल्लाह. फिर थोड़े एक हफ्ते बाद, 2 हफ्ते बाद मुझे कैंट का मैसेज आया कि we've taken you and shared unconditionally and all that because it was obvious in a gap year. So I told my parents that I'm going to Kent and I'm going to study philosophy and religion. That was a funny conversation because it was just like क्यों and like और क्या बोलूं. And I was just like, देखो मुझे पता नहीं है मुझे जिंदगी के साथ करना क्या है. मुझे इतना पता है कि मुझे जिंदगी के साथ क्या नहीं करना. और मुझे
Okay.
जिंदगी के साथ,
That's
हाँ,
good
my
perspective. To be
approach
honest.
for life is root out the shit that you don't want to do, and eventually you land up on something you want to do.
हाँ,
Right.
हाँ.
So even in terms of philosophy, obviously there's so many different kinds of philosophy. I'm ending up going towards mostly ethical philosophy, moral philosophy. And I didn't think I would end up on this side because I am probably the least moral person I know. But but it's okay. So anyway, so I applied to Kent and shit, and I got into Kent. I had philosophy and religion. I told my first, I played it intelligently because I knew my mom doesn't give a fuck what I study. देखो अम्मी के लिए तो it was like uni जा रहे हो माशाल्लाह बेटा. It was like that, right? I had to play it with my dad. I had to like make sure he's the one who's paying, so I had to make sure like fixes it. So I was like, जा रहा हूँ philosophy or religion पढ़ने. And also I have this superiority complex where I feel like I'm smarter than everybody I know. Yeah, है. but क्या
I
बोलूं
think
bro,
somebody
I don't.
मेरी कामरान से बात हो रही थी अभी कल, right? So Kamran mentions, by the way, Kamran is our friend, ex stand-up comedian, works for Daraz
Don't
right
call him
now.
an ex. Don't call him an ex stand-up comedian.
That's okay. He's
He
putting
tries,
full
but he
time, but
doesn't
अच्छा नहीं
try.
है.
But anyway, it doesn't matter.
Anyways,
Continue with the
but
story. It
anyways,
doesn't
he
matter
was
right
like,
now.
I felt that way क्योंकि I used to get really good grades. हमारे सन पैथ्स के बैच के अंदर he was basically O levels के अंदर there were only 2 students who got straight A stars. Basically, Islamiyat Pak Studies and Urdu के अंदर A star.
Hmm.
So he basically thought of himself as the
ओ
वो
अच्छा,
है.
भाई मैंने तो ये स्टार अपनी
And
पूरी
then
जिंदगी में नहीं देखा है. पूरी जिंदगी में नहीं देखा. मैंने
तो
कितने 12 सब्जेक्ट दिए, उनमें एक ए स्टार नहीं आया. मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. आई डोंट होल्ड माय वेटेज academically or
हाँ
intellectually on my CIEs, not because I got shit grades. Okay, अच्छे थे. ठीक है, मेरी लंड पे चढ़ो तुम लोग. मुझे पता है तुम लोग क्या सोच रहे हो, मैं नहीं बताऊंगा. तुम लोग लंड पे चढ़ो. ठीक है. अगर 1000 सब्सक्राइबर लाओ, मैं तुम्हें मेरी CIE स्कैन करके भेजूंगा.
Okay, हाँ, so that's a nice.
But
Subscribe and you'll get
yeah,
to know
yeah,
Hamza's
but
playing results.
uh, but that's not the point. The point is, I always thought I was better than people because
Mm.
people were just shit. I never thought I was like the best. I never thought I am God. I just thought, people are trash. I'm a little less trash, so that makes me better than them. That was my philosophy. There's people who are better than me. I know them. All of my friends, mostly, except for Ali, are better than me. Just kidding, bro.
ठीक है.
Chill out. Chill
But
out, bro.
but अबे हाँ,
But
I get
anyway,
it.
back to
But clarify कर दो. This was the past Hamza. That was 4-5 years ago almost.
no, bro. I still think this. What do you
नहीं
mean?
यार,
No,
तुम
I'm
यार
kidding.
enemies यार.
No, I'm
So
just kidding.
people
I'm
will
just
hate
kidding.
you. We were like, who the fuck is this dick guy? इसके हम क्यों podcast सुन रहे हैं?
Because यार आप
ये
लोगों को
ये
पता है, आप लोग भी
ये
यही सोचते हो.
जैनुल आबिदीन सोच रहा होगा यार, मैं हमजा की अभी पॉडकास्ट अभी सुनूंगा ना तो मुझे ऐसी क्लैरिटी मिलेगी, फिर मैं डिसीजन ले सकता हूँ. वो सुनेगा बोलेगा भाई ये क्यों फिलोसफी पढ़ रहा है.
Yeah, bro. Because यार देखो, because first of all,
मतलब
people need to
फिलोसफी में
understand this.
one thing that everybody knows about philosophy is about Socrates, and all they know about Socrates is all I know is I know nothing. और हमजा यहाँ आ रहा है, I study philosophy and I'm smarter than everyone.
No, bro, because like technically all I know is I know nothing. Fuck me, bro. मैं अभी उठा हूँ. And it's like, bro, all I know is I know nothing is a very paradoxical statement, and even to you, Socrates, and he knows it too because he probably fucked up when he said it. Is if you say no and nothing, knowing nothing means you know something, and that is why Socrates was wrong. लगा दो, clip कर दो इसको, कर दो. But नहीं.
But anyways, getting back
मजाक कर रहा हूँ.
to
हाँ,
your dad.
back to the main point. Yeah, I was talking to my dad about it. My dad's always been supportive of my academic career. He's never been one to be like पैसे बनाओ, वो करो, none of that shit. He's always been like, do what you want as long as you truly want to do what you want, and you're not just doing it because it's the easy option or shit like that. Like if I wanted to do
Or
the easy
just for
option,
money as well.
like देखो, अगर लोग मुझे पूछते हैं फिलोसफी क्यों पढ़ते हो, इतना आसान होएगा. ब्रो, अगर मुझे आसान चीज पढ़ी होती, नो शिट टू साइकोलॉजी स्टूडेंट्स, बट मैं साइकोलॉजी पढ़ता. ठीक है. It's like there's clearly levels to this shit, and philosophy is not on the bottom because you guys don't fucking know. I have to give fucking molecular biology and fucking physics to pass this course. Okay, do you think I can do physics? I can't do calc 1. Okay, but chalo hoega because we believe in ourselves. But हाँ, मैं इतना गांडू नहीं हूँ. I mean, of course, I used to think I have a god complex, but now I just know I have a savior complex. Google
But
it and you'll
anyways,
understand.
बताओ तो, what did your dad say?
So my dad supported it. My dad said, ठीक है, if this is really what you want to do, he's in. He's like, चलो visa का करते हैं. That was literally it. The shit I got was from my entire family because my mom doesn't give a fuck. My mom was just like, मेरा बेटा जा रहा है, बस. Don't have sex, don't do drugs, don't drink alcohol, live your life. So that's literally all my mom said to me. And yeah, sorry. But
What was the worst thing someone said to you?
Yeah,
Like
it's not the okay. So Khandan mein se yaar, the thing with my family is inherently they all know that simply based on intellectual capacity, I am smarter than most of them. Okay, like I'm not trying to say like I mean, they have obviously experienced more life than I have. My grandfather is fucking 78 years old. He has definitely experienced, and he is most definitely smarter than I am. But like in terms of, the ability to grow the most, I take it by far. Okay, and that's also because partially all of my cousins are dumbasses. Okay, except for a few. I'm not going to name them because मैं ये disparity create नहीं करना चाहता. चलो, तो यार मुझे लोग कह रहे थे, मुझे मेरी फुप्पी कह रही थी, मुझे एक और किन्ने कहा था यार, mainly my puppy said to me कि यार तुम ये क्या कर रहे हो, it's a waste of money, it's a waste of time, what are you doing, what are you going to do with your life, all of that shit. And yeah, I think she was the only one, maybe a couple other people like my chacha and stuff, who were just like kind of, they weren't against the idea, they just didn't understand why, which is fine.
I think on this notion, because I was thinking about this, even like when I was talking to Kamran, and basically the thing we realized was that because art students, and if you're like saying कि मैं बाहर arts पढ़ने जा रहा हूँ या generally arts pursue कर रहा हूँ, it's a very similar reaction to basically तुम्हारा कि basically scope है या नहीं है, right? ये मुझसे बहुत actively लोगों ने ये पूछा है, and I think I don't dislike anyone. अब मेरे अंदर वो sense of resentment नहीं है, लेकिन जो मेरी understanding है वो ये कि पाकिस्तान में for example अगर majority of the time लोगों को कुछ चीज समझ नहीं आती ना,
like they tend to hate it, but that's human nature, bro. Like you just hate what you don't
I don't know.
You fear it, bro.
But there are people who don't do that as well.
No, because they're fucking intelligent, bro. They don't tend to fear shit that they don't know. They want to learn about it. There's a difference.
You know, like I hate नहीं, okay, hate नहीं.
हाँ, bro, like
hate नहीं बोलना है, look down upon बोलना है.
हाँ, okay, yeah, I understand that. Okay,
there's a difference in hate and look down upon.
To answer Zainul Abidin's question directly to the craziest extent, in Pakistan, in Karachi, in my friend circles, in my family, in the United Kingdom, with my housemates, with my friends, whatever it was, I had never once felt like they were like, oh, you're less than us for studying philosophy. Because if you ever meet me and communicate with me, you will understand that I am not less than you. Okay. But one thing that happened was Abhi very recently in this university. I'm currently in Bill Kent University, right? Yeah. So I was in my Turkish class learning Turkish. Fuck, too many languages. Bro, you have to learn Greek, French, German, Turkish, and Latin to pass this course.
Latin, so as far as I understand, is the easiest.
Yeah, bro. As far as I like, in terms of language, I speak enough German, enough Spanish to make it through these courses very easily. But because ये भी भाई का flex है, ठीक है? Multicultural. Nah, bro. But yeah, मैं अपनी Turkish class में था, and this guy, this Pakistani student, obviously, he's like comes to me, and I don't talk to most of these people. Like I am very clearly very arrogant, and if you are a chutia, I will obviously look at you like you are a chutia. That's not on me. That's on you for being a chutia, right? Because इसने chutia जैसी हरकत की, देखो.
अच्छा बोलो तो हरकत क्या की तुमने पहले से जजमेंट बता दी और
bro I'm prefacing it, bro.
रीजन नहीं बताया. अच्छा preface, अच्छा ठीक है.
Okay, yeah. So what he said was, he was like अच्छा तुम क्या पढ़ते हो? And I said philosophy पढ़ता हूँ. And obviously they didn't know what that meant, because most people don't even know what philosophy is, which is a fucking tragedy. But then he's like, थोड़ी देर बाद he was just like, अच्छा ये तो psychology पढ़ता है. And I was like, नहीं, मैं psychology नहीं पढ़ता हूँ. He's like, oh, एक ही चीज है. मैंने कहा नहीं, एक चीज नहीं है. Now you see, there's times where I believe that it's important to educate people around you for their sake, so that they don't do the shit around the bandiyan that they're trying to get and fail at life. No, yeah, 100%. And obviously when I say bandiya, it doesn't mean a sexist term, but it means in लोगों के लिए यही priorities हैं और ये लोग fail होते हैं. But
you're right,
anyway, yeah. So I said, fuck it. I don't communicate with these people. I was never going to meet him again. So I just said, let it go, right? Met him in the kitchen a while ago, because they moved him from the other campus to this very, very fancy fucking building that I don't want to live in. But Because of Corona, actually, they had to switch dorms and stuff. But yeah, I met him in the kitchen a while ago, and he was just out talking to me. And obviously, if you have said some shit to me and not apologized to me directly, I am very cross, and I will give you shit by not talking to you, by not giving a fuck about you. I am a petty bitch, right? But it's not really petty, in my opinion. But anyway, so इसने बोला psychology है, इसने बोला एक ही चीज है, but technically not, definitely not. It's an
Nowhere
insult to
close.
it's an insult to Freud and an insult to Socrates, and it's like your life doesn't exist without both of them. So what do you mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, people hate Freud. I understand. He said you want to fuck your mom. I'm sorry he said that, but like, bro, he did a lot more. Okay, he's a fucking founder of clinical psychology. Let's all chill out. Okay, but anyway, so इसने ये मुझे बोला. So this is the kind of shit that you get studying philosophy as a Pakistani student. White people don't say shit to you. Turkish people don't say shit to you. If anything, they're all impressed because they think that your culture doesn't allow you to do that, and it's kind of true. But they all think, oh, you're free-spoken, liberal, all that shit. But you will never have any backlash coming from people around you other than your own Pakistani community, who are, to be very honest, most of them are too afraid to actually do what they want. So they tend to,
You
like,
can't,
take it out on you.
you can't
I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying
blame,
all.
blame,
Hmm.
blame भी नहीं कर सकते कुछ
It's
को,
not. It's no, bro. It's
but I
not
think
about blaming them. It's about mainly the social factors too. Some people's parents won't allow them to. Some people just can't do it because they just don't know what to do. Some people
and some people
prefer.
have to do it for the
Yeah, yeah,
financial.
yeah, yeah. No, no, no. Of course, of course. Those, bro. I've met people who do it for the financial thing, and I've met people who purely just study what the fuck they want, just like accounting, economics, math, calculus. Physics. All of these things. I know a lot of people who study them just because they know this is the best way to make money for them, and that they
Hmm.
need to make bank for their family, for their like future, for
हाँ.
whatever, right? And
And I
that's
think
fine. And I
and I
don't
think
think those people ever say shit like this.
हाँ, I
Okay.
think उसमें I think मेरी जो understanding है वो जरा सी, because वो एक purpose है. I wouldn't call that purposelessness.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Wanting to make a bank isn't purpose. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not like being Mother Teresa or anything. लेकिन आप फिर भी गोल है आपके दिमाग में, आप किसी चीज की तरफ अपना दिमाग लगाकर कर रहे हैं. तो I think usually जो मेरी understanding है, because I have few people in my circle.
I think Ali की आवाज
I
अटक
don't
रही है.
necessarily like.
Ali की बहुत आवाज अटक रही है. Ali,
Okay,
stop
wait.
talking.
Yeah, stop.
Okay. Okay. Now go back to talking.
हाँ, मैं basically what I was saying was कि I have people in my circles, like people who I have mutual friends with basically, and it's basically like कि because उनकी purposelessness है ना, तो जो same idea जो मैं बोल रहा था ना, उनको अगर कुछ समझ नहीं आता तो they look down upon it. So that is like very,
Yeah, but
very.
there's also, I agree
मुझे
with you.
लगता है
But,
जैसे कि that guy who's I don't know, like मेरा ये होता है कि for example now I'm not gonna take names here, but मेरे सिंपैथ से 2-3 like लड़के हैं, and like again I'm not looking down upon someone if they don't have things figured out in the terms of things they like to do or the careers they want to go into and things they're passionate about. I feel like ये बहुत common है, और बहुत लेट स्टेजेस में आकर अपनी जिंदगी के लोग अपना पैशन और अपनी करियर चॉइसेस वो लेते हैं जो उनके लिए जेन्युइनली फुलफिलिंग हो. लेकिन
yeah.
मेरी मसला ये है कि जो ऐसे लोग होते हैं they shouldn't be looking down upon people who are like genuinely passionate about things they're doing. तो मेरे लिए आर्ट्स की तरफ बहुत ज़्यादा ये हुआ है, and like arts and social media. जैसे कि for example, there was this, तुम्हें पता है, like Facebook पर there was this long running joke when like Casey Neistat ने अपनी ऐप रिलीज की थी, right?
Yeah.
Casey Neistat ने अपनी सोशल मीडिया ऐप रिलीज की थी बीम के नाम से. So there was this long joke कि मतलब हर जगह comment हो रहा था वो, because I was using that app. But
Ali wasn't just using it, guys. Ali was memeing the fuck out of himself. हर चीज पे beam, 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 beam. और फिर
नहीं
जब
नहीं
beam बिका CNN को, Ali ने
नहीं,
जो सब पे लंड गिराई. चलो बोलो.
सुनो तो I was promoting it because I'm a KC fan. But anyways, there's still just one kid. I'm gonna say kid जो मेरे उस बैच में से सिंपैक्ट्स के वो हर जगह कमेंट मारे जा रहा है वो अली अपलोड दिस ऑन भी मतलब वो अभी भी जोक मार रहा है मैं सोच रहा हूँ यार it's been 6 years.
Yeah,
You
look,
know?
people don't grow up. That's a tragedy of life.
So
Fuck
so
them. But I'm gonna answer Zainul Abidin's question because he wants an answer to his fucking question. It's been half an hour and बेचारे को फिर भी नहीं मिला है और उसका time मुझे ज़ाया नहीं करना.
हाँ
Okay,
sorry Zain.
so yeah, so I have a teacher, right? I had a teacher. He's not doesn't teach me anymore, but like still very much alive, hopefully.
But why did you change unis ये तो बताओ. Like
No, no,
don't.
I changed unis purely because of like family reasons. I did not drop out. I did not fail. I did not do any of that. If anything, I was doing fucking amazing in the UK. It's very easy to pass that education system. If not just pass, you can excel in it like without any effort. That's
Yeah.
my personal belief. I studied philosophy maybe fuck. I had to go to 5 hours of classes or 6 hours of classes a week. Right now, I have to go to 8 hours of classes a day. Reading materials went as far as maybe a book a week, which was nothing. Yeah, it's a little less. Yeah, it's like because there's so many subjects, it ends up being much more like aggregated in total, but obviously it's directly philosophically less. One of the tragedies of studying things like philosophy and stuff in like Turkey, for example, is yeah, you don't get to study philosophy until your third year, right? Like
Mm.
first, like you have to do these English courses, these Turkish courses, these calculus courses, this fucking physics,
As
biology,
a foundation.
psychology. No, it's not a foundation. It's just because personally, I feel like they're putting fillers in because they don't know how to develop a course load. Because that's the fucking thing. Like if you compare that to the United Kingdom, and also I'll say this much: this university does one thing very well. They give you a broad overview of education very well. Okay, they teach you things that you really don't need to know, but why not know them, right? Like, for example, do I need to know Calc 1 and Calc 2? Absolutely not. Like, कोई scene ही नहीं है. You should give me courses like they have other courses like thinking mathematically and shit that they give to literature students. That's basically about developing mathematical skills and understanding why they exist. That is the kind of shit you give to a philosophy student. You don't give me Calc 1 and 2, but chalo, I won't say don't do it because there's philosophy students who plan on becoming logicians, and logicians do definitely need to have a very strong math background. But um, other than that, Turkey, I find Bilkent focuses on a broad educational spectrum, and then UK is purely specialized. Like UK, the first moment you enter into this fucking tunnel vision type thing, and you just go straight through it. When I went to the UK, the first course I had
Also, I think
was
चलो
epistemology.
ये भी चीज है कि the university you were in is a very old university, right?
In Kent or Bilkent? I can't hear you because
Kent
my
UK
आवाज
की
अटक रही है.
uni की
Okay,
बात.
Kent. No, my university wasn't that old. Maybe not even 100 years old. I think.
Really?
Let me check. Yeah, let me check, bro. I don't think it was old. I remember I had a thing that said established something. Let me see, bro. I'm sorry, I don't know this. This is one of those things that you call failure of encoding because you don't give a shit. This I learned from psychology because I had a midterm yesterday. It was founded January 4th, 1965. So it hasn't even been around for longer than Pakistan. Okay, so मैं क्या कह रहा था? I think Bilkent's probably been around longer, has it? University of Bilkent establishment. Nah, Bilkent's been here since 85. Never mind, 84. Chalo, whatever, that fucking
But
shit doesn't
anyway,
matter. But yeah, so when I was there, I started studying. My first course was epistemology. What is religion? Um, Reading and writing philosophically. This was a course how teaching you the best way to read a philosophical text, like Hume, Locke, and all these like fucking condensed authors, and then also how to write academic philosophical papers, which is insanely difficult for people who are just used to writing fictional papers or like answering CIE exams, because it's a completely different game. Okay, it's so definition based, it's insane. But वो सब किया. But then compare that. That's my first semester there. Compare that to my first semester here. I had English, I had Turkish, I had math, I had uh, intro to philosophy, I had logic, which I had already given in the UK in the second semester, I think, and that was it. So I think it got with GE 100, but that doesn't matter. So obviously, like, I get it, this place has to focus on these things. They have an international audience. They need to teach their own students how to speak English in a level where they can actually go to grad school. They need to teach us to speak Turkish so we can better intermingle and, like, connect with the community. Because going around in Turkey without knowing how to speak Turkish is like, you're just fucked. Like, I'm not even going to say ho jayega, nahi hoega, tumse nahi hoega. Like, the first semester mein, you will want to drop out so bad. Every day you're going to be like, मैं चले जाता हूँ, मैं Habib चले जाता हूँ. Yeah, this is where Habib comes in. but you have to stay strong and
But
you have to hold on.
तुमने Habib Beach when you were moving from Kent
Switching
to
unis.
another. हाँ.
Oh yeah, no, I did apply to Habib. I got in and all that. Yeah, I remember there were two reasons I didn't go to Habib. Firstly, I applied very late, so they didn't give me the scholarship I wanted. They were giving me like the entire thing in loans. And obviously this place gave me the scholarship. And in comparison to that, the second thing, and this is the fucking make it or break it thing. And you people can call me a condescending cunt bucket for as long as you want, but I'm gonna say it. My name is Hamza Abdullah and spelled without an H in Abdullah, right? I get it, it's fucking weird, but that's my passport name because my mom messed up my CIEs and I had to change my entire life. It's fine. Every document of mine does not have an H at the end of Abdullah. Ye mera naam hai. I would like if people, respectfully, when they email me, when they talk to me, when they offer me fucking admissions, write my name right. Habib failed to write my name correctly. Now, this is okay. I don't mind. Right? Like, मुझे नहीं फर्क पड़ता अगर आपने एक दफा कर लिया तो ठीक है मगर आपने अगर 5 दफा किया 6 दफा किया then you're just a fucking shit-faced university that doesn't deserve a modicum of respect or my time and most importantly my energy because just go fuck yourself, right? But other
इतना
than that,
intense हो गए भाई, calm the
bro,
fuck down.
but चलो bro was यार क्या बोलूं. But other than that, also I went to Habib to give my interview. I have 2 tattoos, right? Abhi, like the visible ones. So these I had gone to Habib to give my interview and I obviously they were like, look around, dekh lo scene kya hai yahan ki. I know people in Habib. Like I know a lot of people in Habib. And most of them are okay people. And I was just walking around. I came across these people. They were just sitting there. Like summer भी चल रही थी, तो इतनी धूप भी थी. And they were just sitting in the AC वाले कमरे. तो मेरे से लोग आते हैं. मैं बैठा हूँ अपने इंटरव्यू के लिए रुका हूँ. हाँ, तो वो आते हैं मेरे पास. मुझे कहते हैं, oh my god, 2-3 लड़कियां आते हैं और 2-3 बंदे आते हैं. पहले मुझे बोलते हैं, oh my god, are those real? I don't like when people ask me that because like bro नहीं नहीं.
SWOT का
स्टिकर
मैं
लगाए.
ड्राइंग करता
नहीं
हूँ.
स्टिकर लगाए. नहीं
SWOT का
मैं
हर
क्यों
दिन ड्राइंग करता हूँ.
मतलब मैं स्टिकर क्यों लगाऊंगा, right? Like for people who get temporary tattoos, the only time a person should get a temporary tattoo is before they get the real tattoo, so they know if they want it or not. Okay? Or like, try something new. You don't,
Sometimes you can.
no, you don't put the same fucking temporary tattoo on you for the rest of your life.
अच्छा हाँ.
It's weird. Okay, there's people who do that and it really fucking annoys me. But anyway, chalo. If you can't even commit to the skin thing, that's fine. I get it. You don't want something permanently in you. Ramzan aa rahi hai, just wash it off. You're good. But नहीं, इनने मुझे पूछा अगर असली है, which is fine. मैंने कहा हाँ. मैंने कहा छोड़ दो. पाकिस्तान में हूँ, I'm back in Pakistan. These are not acceptable. So obviously it's fine. But then it was like, oh, haram hai. And I was like, yaar, haram to hai. You can get into this with me. I disagree. You may agree. Whatever. But other than that, like they asked me stupid questions, like, oh my god, ye kaise karo tumne, ye kya? I don't like when people get into my business about shit that's on me. Like this is my skin. Okay, my body, my skin, my life, my choices. Okay. Hashtag 2020, not even 2020, okay, hashtag just fucking 21st century. But anyway, so that all really put me off from Habib because I was like, if these are the kind of people I want to meet in Habib, like I'll pass. Like, mujhe nahi aana yahan. Like I'd rather not be subject to dealing with this, which is super fucking like weird because Habib mein I know so many people with so many tattoos, so much fucking crazy shit, nail polish on dudes and like just let them live their life. But मुझे क्यों मेरा क्यों दिमाग खराब करो? मुझे वैसे भी पता नहीं है अगर मुझे यहाँ आना है या नहीं आना और तुम मेरे लिए बस आके मुझे बोल रहे हो कि बस अब नहीं आओ तुम क्योंकि हम लोग इतने गांडू लोग हैं. तो बस I think that's all. Those are primarily the reasons I didn't end up going to Habib. It was more of a personal reason and shit. And also it was really fucking hot in Karachi. And when I compared both of them, Bill Kent was much cheaper than Habib's because they gave me loans and they didn't give me as much scholarship as I wanted. Apparently, I applied too late, which I understand. I applied a couple days after the application for the third or second round was over. So I did apply late, but चलो मेरी जिंदगी तबाह हो रही थी, मुझे नहीं पता था क्या हो रहा है. And that's why I switched universities. अब Zainul Abidin. उसके बाद और क्या था? Should you go to Habib, bro? Go to Habib. I mean, I hate Habib, but
नहीं,
go
I
check it
think
out.
Habib is as far as like I don't know. Most of the people I know at Habib, which I know a lot of. I know a lot of people
Yeah,
at
I
Habib
know.
क्योंकि
Yeah.
इधर के बहुत सारे लोग Habib गए हैं,
Hmm.
right? They are so like मुझे तो बहुत mixed reviews मिले हैं, but I think it's I think your university experience is like is not um about just your tutors. Also, it changes drastically. Like in university, जो आपका dynamic होता है with your lecturers and tutors, it's never the same as now I could be wrong. Maybe Pakistan में होता है, but I've never been in a Pakistani university, which is weird when I think about it. But A levels का जो college का या फिर आपका O levels का जो culture होता है, your dynamic with your tutors, usually it's not like that. You know,
Yeah.
it's more professional. It is more like क्या कहते हैं, you usually are like in different courses, so there are always different tutors that you end up seeing. मेरा
Yeah.
different in art unique and that's different, but I think कि उसके अलावा भी uh, I've heard good things about Habib. I've heard bad
Oh
things,
no,
but
no.
I
I've
think that
heard. I have a okay. So Abhi,
but
I
I
think
think
I
that's every uni, and
yeah.
I think आपका experience, what I was getting to was
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
your circle really matters. I think
Yeah.
the
But your
people
circle
who
also gets created in university, which is also a very important thing.
yeah
Like you you have different
created.
circles. You need to have different circles. Ali, I this is one thing that I disagree with Ali entirely on. Ali doesn't have
Really, you make
like
your
a
circles, na?
yeah, 100%.
You look at people, you just don't befriend everyone, and you just don't.
You have to keep it tight and keep it tight knit. But any of that, all of that is like very like once you're into uni. अभी ये पूछ रहा है कि क्या कर रहा हूँ मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ philosophy पर तो मैं उसको बताता हूँ
I
यार
think
तो
इसका जो सवाल है ना, the what I understood from his सवाल was कि I think, and it's fair enough. I think बहुत important होता है देखना कि how you will make an earning out of it. That's
oh no
really
yeah
the.
that's what I'm gonna answer, right? I'm gonna answer all
I
of it,
feel like
bro.
that is what he's asking.
No, I mean clearly his question, 5 questions, so I will answer all 5 of them because that is what he is asking. Don't try and get the meaning out of a question that he's asked. That's rude to the guy. But yeah. But yeah, should you go to Habib or abroad? To answer that question before the is it even worth it part, if you can afford to go abroad, just the experience of going abroad just tops Habib, whatever Habib can give you.
Yeah,
Right?
man. Yeah.
But yeah, but that's obviously if you can afford it comfortably, you don't have that because if you can't, then you get that guilt fucking thing, and that's just tragic.
Yeah.
But
Relatable.
other than that, it's like if you have the opportunity to go abroad to study an undergraduate course, I'm not a person who believes कि हबीब चले जाओ फिर मास्टर्स के लिए निकल जाना अगर अफोर्ड कर सकते हो अगर अफोर्ड कर सकते हो then you should also go abroad for undergrad because the exposure you will get in 3 or 4 years of undergraduate school, the people you will meet, the communication, the connections you
You
will
know,
make, the
आपके
teachers. बोलो यार
सिर्फ
मुझे
बाहर
ड्रग
पढ़ने
करते
का
रहो गांडू.
नहीं रुको ये बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट यू कंटिन्यू बट आई फील लाइक कि मुझे पहले ना अभी यूने आकर सी गिल्ट हो रही थी कि मैं कुछ सीख नहीं रहा हूँ बट देन आई रियलाइज ओ वेट आई एम लर्निंग एकेडमिक स्टफ क्योंकि मैं लेक्चर्स अटेंड कर रहा हूँ सब कर रहा हूँ बट उसके साथ क्योंकि आई थिंक यूके यूनिवर्सिटीज आर स्टिल अ लिटिल आराम से जाती हैं
Chilled out. Yeah,
हाँ
chilled out, bro. Chilled
बट
as
but
fuck.
and I'm really glad that that's the scene because for someone like me, I'm doing very well, even with a lot of the issues that I've had in the past, you know, the mental blocks and like losing my dad and not being able to go to uni for a month and all of that state was a mental effect hota hai. Even with that, I'm still managing to perform. But आप जो एक चीज आप सीखेंगे ना जो आपकी एजुकेशन का हिस्सा बन जाएगा वो बाहर जाने का बस ये होता है कि आप you're you're on your own. You have to manage your
Yeah.
time better. You have to learn how to cook if you don't know how to cook. You have to learn how to communicate with strangers every now and then. सो जो पाकिस्तान का ज़रा सा वो आपका होता है ना कि यू आर स्टिल विथ योर पेरेंट्स, तो आपकी लॉन्ड्री आप खुद
But it's
देखते
like,
हो,
हाँ,
यू नो आप
yeah,
अपना बिस्तर, आपका कमरा तो मासी साफ कर देती होगी, यू नो
yeah,
इफ
like,
या फिर कोई और कर
yeah,
देता होगा, आप खुद भी करते होंगे ना? Even then it is like you come home, someone else is doing the cooking, you know, someone else is,
yeah.
it's
So
a
you can be
different thing. I
tired and
don't
not
know.
have to feed yourself. Like it's a
Yeah,
different case when you come home tired as fuck. आप 5 घंटे लाइब्रेरी में मार के आओ, अपने 8 घंटे क्लासेस के बाद आपका दिमाग पूरा fucking wired है, और फिर आप आते हो, फ्रिज खाली है, नूडल्स खत्म, कुछ नहीं पड़ा है, मैं भेंट से
yeah,
जाके चल के खाना लेने जाऊं लंच से, तो what do? And you can't like always order in because fuck, for example, if Corona is happening, which it doesn't always, but like maybe for some reason you don't want to order in, you can't afford to order in, any of that shit, right? It's
you
like,
can't.
yeah, then you're like, what the fuck do I do? Then this is what you do at 11 p.m. in the night, you start cooking. You get done fucking cooking at 12 o'clock, you eat, you're fucking irritated, you're angry, and then you sleep for what, 4 hours, 5 hours before you have to start your day. And this isn't just once a month, right? It's like happens quite a lot.
Yeah,
But yeah, वही बात है. But for me,
I
at
think
least, when I think about the UK's education in comparison to anything, so in order to answer this question, what I'll do is I'll say Habib versus Kent versus Bill Kent, right? So obviously, never been to Habib, had a bad experience in Habib. Obviously, it's a very interpersonal, very, very personal experience, which is, you could call it narcissistic. It would be, but yeah, I have friends in Habib. I don't like those people very much because they're different. They vibe at a different level than I do. And that's also primarily because Habib vibes at a very different level than I do. And I'm not going to be one of those fucking toxic bitches that say vibe. Okay, you know what I mean. Okay, so other than that,
right
there's
now,
something.
21st century में vibe के बहुत सारे meanings है. It depends on who you are as a person.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah. Like I'm not gonna like vibe, but I'm not talking
yeah,
about that, bro.
exactly.
I'm talking about like, just connect, just connect with the place.
I I
But
I've been to Habib uh twice
bro,
maybe.
I'm not fucking using this podcast to fucking sell Habib. Okay, fuck that. Let me continue. I'm gonna finish my story. I'm not gonna
Okay.
talk about Habib. I'm not giving them free publicity, even if it's fucking Zainul Abidin. Save your fucking money, okay? Don't go there. But anyway, so yeah, if you're truly honestly you want to study philosophy, and then I'll also tell you the reason I'm studying philosophy. I'll just skip over the whole Kant part. The best thing you can achieve in an international university if you go to like a white country is the fact that you will have insane relationships with your teachers if you choose to. Like by far. Like I had teachers in Kent who to this day I talk to. It's insane. They've written me crazy letters of recommendation. They're like, I've gone out with them, and not like in an unprofessional way, maybe a couple of times, but like it's like, like they're there for you over education, and they want to truly see you develop because they're actually interested, especially when you're in smaller courses like philosophy and shit like this. There's so many
Yeah,
little
you're right.
people that they
Yeah,
want to see you develop because they see themselves in you.
yeah, you're right about that. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so as far as why I study philosophy purely because I think philosophy is the most foundation is the biggest and most basic foundation of all of education. Philosophy literally means it's the love of wisdom or the love of knowledge, however you want to put it. Love of wisdom, writer, kya bolo, more right, I suppose. But other than that, like it's bro, like this is the thing with people who study pol sci, international relations. It's like you can throw it back. I have a teacher over here who was making a comparison between philosophers and sophists. So sophists are basically people who make their money off arguing, debating, convincing, and manipulating. Not like lawyers, because lawyers actually have logical tendencies, but more like people who just engage in debates just to win and like don't really actually learn anything. Don't actually actually beat you in a debate. They just beat you if you stutter, and then they'll make a joke out of it, and then you lose. Shit like that,
Mm.
right? Now, of course, there's some great fucking sophists out there who just use linguistic ability to just destroy people, and those are great. But philosophy is more about just learning, and it's more about just taking stuff in and understanding what you're doing, why you're doing it, every decision you're making, why you made that decision, why you choose to sit there, why you choose to be here in presently. It's just like if I wanted to do political sciences, I don't need to because I'll just do political philosophy. I'll cover Machiavelli in that for all the people who read Machiavelli. Okay, I feel bad for you. And other than that, it's if I want to do feminist philosophy, I can do that. I can do gender philosophy. I can do social philosophy. I can do moral philosophy, ethical philosophy. I can cover so many different things, right? Legal philosophy, whatever it is, because at the end of the day, philosophy is just the base, right? That's how I look at it. But which is ironic because when you do a PhD, it's also like a doctorate in philosophy for anything. So it's like, it's like a repetitive thing. But when I do my master's, like I do plan on doing my grad school, it'll probably be in either education policy or something like that. It won't be in like a continuation from philosophy. I'm doing philosophy because I love learning about things, and this is the best way I can learn about the most amount of things. Like that's the way I look at it. Like I don't have this like crazy feeling that I'm going to become the next Socrates. No, I don't have that feeling. Okay, like no, please. ये लोग थे, ये लोग बस हैं. Like one of the things I hate about philosophy is like how there's just 5 or 6 male figures you have who are dead now, and everybody just listens to them. There's some great philosophers who are alive right now who are literally still working, and people don't give a shit about them because they're not like so famous or anything. They're not like उस जमाने के Socrates, Aristotle, Plato वगैरह. But that's none of that matters. So I took philosophy because of this. I don't know why you're taking it. If you're genuinely thinking about taking philosophy and you're confused to this to Zainul Abidin, obviously you can DM me or something. I'll talk to you about it. I mean, like,
Or take a
it's
gap
fine.
year. What's our
I
podcast
mean,
on?
yeah, yeah. This is the thing. This is the thing. I disagree with that, bro. Don't make fun of that, bro. Like, if you're confused, bro, taking a gap year might not add, might just add to the confusion because
And
philosophy is it's something that no, because you can understand what you want, but you don't understand academically what you want until you're doing it. Because, like for example, I could be studying philosophy, and I could have been unlucky enough to hate it, and then I would have been fucked, right? But taking a gap year will just show him whether he wants to, go towards the academic route, whether he wants to, go towards another route or do some other shit. But you can't really test the waters academically unless you're actually in the institution itself. You can study, you can read books, you can read like philosophical texts, bro. I can give you a list. You can get a list on Google, but it's not the same as studying philosophy. When you
yeah,
study philosophy, it's
I
so
think that's with any subject, honestly.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now you can't like a gap year won't help you choose what you want to study. A gap year will just help you weed
नहीं,
out the
but
things you might not want to do.
if हाँ might not want to do के मैं हिसाब से
Yeah.
बोल.
Huh.
But let's wrap this up for today, man. I think we've been
Wait, I have to answer his last fucking question, bro. एक बच्चा है छोटा सा.
okay.
Okay, because if you didn't distract me so much, I would have answered in like 6 minutes. But okay. Is it even worth getting such a degree if you don't plan on going for grad school? The degree itself doesn't matter. It's more about the education you receive. It's like definitely, especially if you don't plan on going to grad school, a philosophy undergraduate like degree isn't going to be worth shit. You can burn it. No one's going to give a fuck. Okay.
नहीं, but I think it is going to be worth it in like more
Mm,
time.
yeah, like bro,
So,
it'll be worth it. It'll become a part of you, and when you sell yourself. Because like
yeah,
one of the things with like humanities and social sciences at least is your degree in itself doesn't matter. It's what your degree makes you that makes you better than other people, like or not in like a narcissistic way, but just like better than the other people you're
in
competing
terms of
against with the
values,
same
yeah,
position. Yeah. So if you don't plan on going for grad school, should you study philosophy? Man, I don't know. If you want to, if you can. If you don't want to, then don't do it. But obviously, but grad school is always also a good option, I suppose, if you can afford it, if you can do it. And as far as that goes, bro, how do I plan on making money as a philosopher? Fuck, do I know? I will let you know in 5 years when this podcast is still going on. Stay tuned.
yeah.
Okay, chalo.
But I think this is the benefit, I think as a philosopher, you always have the benefit of. Uh, I think a lot of people look at just making money, in terms
Yeah,
of
yeah.
like, getting a paycheck, a monthly paycheck, basically. But as somebody who's eventually going into academia, eventually you're going to earn either through teaching, like in the most common way,
Yeah, I'll
either
probably earn through teaching
through
most
teaching
most probably.
or like selling a book that you've written, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, तो
But
usually वैसे होता है,
yeah, one of the things I want to add about
Or
philosophy
being
is
or getting paid to speak at events
yeah,
and
yeah, definitely. One of the things I want to just say about philosophy is philosopher, like just philosophy students, philosophy teachers, philosophers as you would call it. It's not an exclusive community. Like we tend to genuinely not feel ke अगर आप philosophy पढ़ते नहीं हो, अगर आप ये नहीं करते हो, अगर आप philosophy properly academically university में नहीं पढ़ते हो, you're not a philosopher. That doesn't exist, bro. A philosopher is literally someone who loves to learn things. As long as you do that, bro, in anybody's eyes, and anyone who actually knows anything about philosophy, you are most definitely a philosopher, which shouldn't even matter what you call yourself as long as you're learning. Okay, with that, I'm going to end this podcast. Thank you for watching. This entire podcast was an answer to a question. So if you want to have your question answered in an hour-long way, please comment, like, share, and subscribe. Okay, bye, guys. Thank you.
Peace.